Okay, so now that we got the heat exchangers off for the heater and air conditioner inside the cab, we need to disconnect the exhaust and drive shaft from the engine and transmission so we can get ready to pull that out. So now we're going to move underneath the truck and show you what we got going on there. All right, so now we're here underneath the truck and we got to take these bolts out. I'm in the way. We got to take these bolts out that connect the headers to this exhaust that goes underneath the engine and meets up with the far side. And then we got a couple of bolts up in there. Focus, please. Focus. Please focus. Thank you. We got to take those bolts up in there. It's a little tight, so I can't really point it out with my finger. And then we should be able to pull the engine out. And then I'm going to grab this light here. And then up in here, we have about 4 bolts, 2 on either side right here, and these 2 over here, so that we can take the connection out for the drive shaft. And then we should be pretty scot-free, minus a couple of like shift linkages and wires that connect the engine and transmission to the truck. So we're going to start working on that, but I wanted to show you what we were looking at for, what we had going on under here. So then we'll meet you back up top. So, fun discovery. While we were underneath, we see that there was an access panel here. So we're going to rip the carpet out, and we tried it a little bit. It actually ripped. So we're going to just yeet it and get underneath the truck through the top. So let's get it. All right, so we got a lot of bolts taken out underneath the basically the exhaust, transmission. We got the cover for the top off, and obviously, as you saw, we cut the shifter linkage because I think it's just too gummed up to come out. And we can replace that if needed, but we're not using the transmission, and the lever's already like coated in rust, so we're not super worried about anything like that. I have a couple of bolts remaining, and we're going to go through and gut out and clean up this wiring to make sure nothing's going to actually connect the engine to the truck. So when we get the hoist out here, we can actually bolt it up and get going. I don't know if I'm going to be able to connect to the engine as is. I might need to take a few accessories off. Basically bolt access for the hooks. Kind of figure it out when we get a little bit closer to that, and you'll probably see here soon. So let's get to cleaning up. so I cleared off some of the accessories from the front of the engine, and I cleared up some of the wiring off of it, so there shouldn't be anything physically connecting the engine, transmission to the frame or anything like that. I got rid of the water pump. The lines to the water pump are still, or not water pump, sorry, power steering pump still go there. There was one line that went up to this right here. Got that taken care of. Now I have a couple of bolts that, engine mounts connecting it to the frame. I'm going to go through the process of removing those. But before I do that, I'm going to relocate the jack stands to the frame rails behind the engine, because the engine hoist that I have won't clear through the gap, and it's just going to be easier having nothing under the way here. So I'm going to go ahead and get working on that, and hopefully we can pull this engine. Now, I have to give it a little bit of a shake test just to make sure that the jack stands are secure. I'm going to put the wheels underneath the brake rotors to try and catch it from going straight to the floor in the event something bad happens. So let's give that a go. So, that feels pretty secure to me. I heard a little bit of something shift, but it looks like we're pretty good. So now let's see if we can pull this engine.